Oh, grrr. So I just wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about my stance now on Elizabeth Warren. I was asked about, why she has basically lost my vote, and again, that's to do with her taking corporate money and dark money after the primaries. For me, that's a big issue, and I explained why in my previous video. And another reason why I decided that Elizabeth Warren does not have my vote no matter what is because she's actually meeting up with Hillary Clinton to discuss God knows what. And at the ending of the day, you cannot sit there and take strategy advice from somebody who has lost by Donald Trump. Like, you can't do that. Like, that's just not realistic. Like, let's be 100% honest. Like, Hillary Clinton is a loser. She lost to Donald Trump. Like, let's keep it a buck. Like, she's a loser. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, I understand she won a popular vote, and we can go back and forth as to, like, why she still lost the general election. But the point is, she still lost. At the end of the day, we can do whatever we want, say whatever we want, but she lost. Elizabeth Warren for me was somebody who I was going to vote for. I was actually really torn between the two. Now finding out she's having, side conversations with Hillary Clinton, and taking dark money and corporate money after the primaries, to me is a big deal. It's a big issue. It's a big deal, and I'm frustrated because you have people like the Young Turks, you have people like Anna Kasparin who's talking about Tulsi Gabbard and her voting record and whatever the case may be. But Tulsi Gabbard has, from what I've seen, stood up for what she has believed in. When she stepped down as DNC, head chair of DNC, when Bernie was running, to support Bernie Sanders, a progressive candidate. That says something to me. Elizabeth Warren didn't do that. Elizabeth Warren didn't support Bernie Sanders. Tulsi Gabbard did. So you can sit here and you could talk about her voting record, which is perfectly fine. Even Elizabeth Warren has a voting record. When she voted for Ben Carson to be head of HUD, she did that too. She voted for him. Like, let's keep it a buck. Like, let's not sit here and act like politicians have the best voting record. Like, we can go back and forth with that. You know what I'm saying? But to sit here and criticize Tulsi Gabbard on her voting record, but you're not going to sit here and say anything about Elizabeth Warren's voting record? Are you crazy? And you can sit here and say, oh, we don't want to make Elizabeth Warren look bad because if, God forbid, Bernie loses, we know that she's going to win we know she has a good chance of winning the primary, and we don't want to make her look bad because we want her to win the general because we don't want Donald Trump to be president. Completely understand that. At the end of the day, you're supposed to be a progressive network. You guys did this in 2016 when Bernie Sanders lost the primaries as well. Instead of backing up a progressive candidate in Jill Stein, even though she was a third-party member, and I will never understand why you guys didn't do that, but you guys didn't do that. Like, you guys sit there and say you're a progressive network. You guys sit there and say, I'm progressive, like we're the home of progressives. But yet when a progressive candidate like Jill Stein, whose ideas the left wing of the Democratic Party is using now you guys are for those ideas. But when Jill Stein was promoting them, you guys were not for these ideas. These are things that shows me you guys aren't progressive. Anna Kasparin, you want to sit there and you want to go back and forth. You talk about Tulsi Gabbard and you praise Elizabeth Warren. Like, are you crazy? Like, are you crazy? Like, Elizabeth Warren said it on your show, on the Young Turks, when Jen Cougar interviewed her. She said it. I'm going to take dark money. Point blank and a period. There was no going back and forth. There was no him saying, but why? Like, as a progressive, why would you do that? He stood there, stood quiet, and changed the subject. That is not a progressive. That is not a progressive. At all. And it's frustrating to me because you guys want to sit there and act like you're progressives, but you're not. Because, again, at the end of the day in 2016, when Bernie Sanders lost the primaries, instead of backing up a progressive candidate, whether she was going to win or not, it's not the point. That is not the point. You think in the civil rights movement, like, everybody thought that they were going to win? They thought that they were going to get what they wanted? No. You don't always get what you want all the time. But they didn't care. They fought for what they believed in. You guys didn't do that. You guys didn't fight for what you guys believed in. In fact, when you guys interviewed Jill Stein, and with 50% of her ideas, you guys were not in favor of. And I've seen interviews, and I'm actually subscribed to the Young Turks. So I've seen these interviews you guys have had with Jill Stein. And you guys weren't even supportive of her ideas. But now, since it's part of the Democratic Party, now since it's part of the left wing of the Democratic Party, now you guys support it. How is that progressive? That's not progressive. That's just blowing whichever way the wind blows. Going whichever way the wind blows. That's what it is about. And to me, that's sad. It's really sad. You guys are attacking somebody like Tulsi Gabbard, and you guys act like you're not, but you are. But you are at the end of the day, you know. And it's sad. It's really sad. You guys act like you're progressives, but you're not. Point blank in the period. That's how I feel, and you guys have proven that, and you guys proved it in 2016, and you're proving it now. So it is what it is at the end of the day. You can sit here, you can talk about Trump, you can sit here, you can talk about Pete Buttigieg, you can sit here, you can talk about whoever you guys want to talk about, Tulsi Gabbard, but you guys don't, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, you guys act like you're progressives, but you're not. So, and it's sad. But it is what it is. We have some people who are talking about it, like Kyle from Secular Talk. I can't pronounce his last name, so I'm not gonna even try to say it. But Secular Talk, he's talking about Elizabeth Warren meeting up with Hillary Clinton, and he's trying to say positive about it, but I'm not. I'm being realistic. Like, I know it's not gonna be good. It's really not. Her meeting up with Hillary Clinton, and what's really sad to me is she's meeting up with Hillary Clinton after Hillary Clinton most likely made a false promise to her during the 2016 campaign, and that's why Elizabeth Warren ended up supporting Hillary Clinton. You know, and like I said, at the end of the day, Elizabeth Warren, she goes wherever the wind blows. So she could have supported Bernie Sanders just like Tulsi Gabbard did. Tulsi Gabbard supported Bernie Sanders. Elizabeth Warren didn't do that, but yet you want to take his ideas? Are you mad? Are you crazy? I don't get it. I don't get it. You guys want to act like you're progressives, the Young Turks, but you ain't. You're not at the end of the day. You want to sit there and act like you are, but when it comes to things like this, when it comes to actual like things that matter, again the 2016 election, when you guys didn't promote Joe Stein after Bernie Sanders was after the nomination was stolen from him, you guys still didn't back up Joe Stein. Yes, you guys had her on your show. You guys interviewed her the most out of any news outlet. I completely agree with that. I agree with that. But you didn't support her. You didn't back her up when Bernie Sanders lost the nomination. So you can interview her all you want, but if her ideas are in line with yours, why wouldn't you back her up when Bernie Sanders lost the nomination? I don't get it. I don't get it. You want to sit there and act like you're progressive, but you're not. And it's disgusting. It really is disgusting. And you guys never talk about things like this. You guys ignore them. You guys don't want to bring them up. You guys sit there and say, oh, when we're wrong, we say we're wrong. But when? You guys didn't back Joe Stein up in 2016, but yet the left wing of the Democratic Party is using her ideas, and now you guys want to back that up? You took her ideas. That's what it is. It's frustrating, but whatever. At the end of the day, I just said what I had to say. And again, Elizabeth Warren is not getting my vote. And if Bernie Sanders loses the nomination, I probably will not be voting, or I'm voting for a third party. That's it. I can't vote for Elizabeth Warren or Joe Biden. Sorry, can't do it. Bernie Sanders is the only person I'm going to vote for. So, with that being said, I hope you guys have a great day. Deuces.